Good morning, my people. How are we doing? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. So it is Tuesday, 22nd of April, and it has just gone 7:05. So a little bit later on the recording for today, but I have been busy all morning trying to make sure yesterday's vlog went up. I had a couple of issues with it, and getting back to a couple of client check-ins before we come down for meal number one. So we do have a couple of tweaks and adjustments today, guys, which I am going to run you through right now. So first of all, body weight was 97.05 this morning. So 0.2 kg up from yesterday. Not a massive jump up on the scales at all, which is really good. So overall, from the last 2 days of 625 carbs, it's come up 0.45 kg. So not even a pound. And I did take my check-in photos this morning and I look way fuller. And most importantly, my quads are starting to come back to life. So I was extremely happy when I seen those check-in photos this morning. And honestly, that's just dropped a ton of stress off me because the body is responding really well. It's responding exactly how I wanted to respond. And now at this stage, still having a good couple of days before I actually, get on stage, I'm super fucking confident that the look is going to be on the money. Now, there's one thing that I'm slightly concerned about, and it's that my midsection looks a little bit watery and looks a little bit blurry. I don't know if this is because I am still not full enough yet, but I have a picture from a couple of weeks back and this morning that I'm going to kind of throw up there, right? And that's basically a comparison of, when my midsection is looking like it normally looks, nice and tight, separation through the abs, etc. Versus this morning where it's like just a little bit blurrier or something. You can kind of see it, the cuts aren't as kind of deep and detailed or whatever. So that's kind of been annoying me a little bit. I won't lie, guys. But I think after another couple of days, we should kind of see that bounce back very nicely. So plan of action for today. We're going to go with same food as yesterday, but just a little bit of an addition. So fats have been brought up by 10 grams and carbs have been brought up by 35 grams and protein's been pulled down another little touch, okay? Meal number one, here we have got 125 grams of cream of rice, 30 grams away, 150 berry, 20 almond butter, 20 dark chocolate. Tremendous stuff. Now, one of the changes to diet we've made today is to remove some of the fiber. So oats are gone, cream of rice is in its place, and then everything else is the exact same pretty much as you would have seen yesterday. Oh, and he's actually added olive oil to my cod meal because he knows he likes that. I like that, but he's left the almond butter in there as well with the cod and the olive oil. God, I don't know how that combination is going to be, but we're going to have to wait and see, guys. Stay tuned for that one. Now, other tweaks we have made is we've got pull on the cards today with no biceps, so that's fine. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing like an arm, delts, and leg top-up. Just going to do 2 sets leg extension, 2 sets leg curl, and then just like shoulders and arms, right? Just like a top-up session, a pump session, leaving a couple of reps in reserve, etc., etc. And then that's going to be training done until we step on stage, which is super exciting. So pull today should be handy enough. I think I've got like 13 sets total between the pull exercises and rear delts. So that'll be absolutely fine. I'm looking forward to that because I do actually feel a hell of a lot better today. Like more energy. I was up at 3:30 this morning, but I did sleep a lot better. So, we're feeling good, guys. And final adjustment, like I was going to say, is going to be GH. GH is going to be pulled down this evening pre-bed from 8 units to 5 units. So I'm looking forward to seeing tomorrow. Does that make a difference with the tightness? I think a little bit of extra food here today, that's obviously going to fill me out a little bit more. Kuba thinks like, I've got a lot of filling left to do, which is good. And then we'll pull the GH down a little bit. Hopefully get a fucking better sleep again tonight and assess and see what the look is like tomorrow. He also said he's going to do my provisional plan of action food-wise for tomorrow. So I'm just kind of waiting on that. And when I do find that out, I will update you and let you know. But for now, guys, I am hungry. I got to get this meal in, get a couple of steps done, and get back to all my clients so they're not waiting too long. So we'll get this in, guys, go for a walk, and I will catch up with you in a little bit. Second batch of steps of the day going down post meal 2, and this should probably wrap up my steps for the day. I actually hit just over 8k yesterday after the gym, so I think after this walk I'm just literally going to do steps around the gym, 1 round the pose, and only Kuba has instructed me to try and stay off the legs, not pose as much, etc., etc., and then get home after the gym and chill out. So I'm not as ahead of my day today as I was yesterday. I still have 1 more client check-in to wrap up when I get home, which shouldn't be too bad. And then we will just chill out, watch a little bit of YouTube, eat the pre-workout meal, and get after it today for pull. So I'm looking forward to it because, as I mentioned earlier, energy levels are way up today. Mood is way up today, and it's a fucking lovely day today, as you can see. So yesterday it was pissing down the rain, but today it's quite warm, it's quite sunny, and
It's just beautiful. So no headphones on today's walk, guys. I'm just soaking in the vibes. Good vibes only, peak week vibes only. So very, very happy now with the look this morning, and stress has just dropped off massively because I know from here the look is only going to get better and better and better, and I feel like finally I'm actually going to present a look on stage that I'm going to be super proud of and I'm going to be super happy of, because I haven't presented that look yet. I don't think I have ever presented my physique at what I consider its potential based off where I was currently at. Like, first show I was just very, very flat for it and a little bit watery. Shows last year I was too fatigued, I was too sucked down. I think I lost a little bit of muscle, I stressed out too much, yada yada. But this year his prep has gone extremely well, despite some of the challenges along the way, like getting sick, etc. But my head has been screwed on, my stress has been low, my process has been greatly improved versus where it was last season. And I'm just feeling ready, guys. I'm feeling extremely, extremely ready to step on stage, get the fuck after it, show all the improvements I've made, and just see what happens and see where the season takes us. So just thought I'd check in with you, give a little bit of a ramble. Arm is getting sore now again, so I will wrap this clip up here and I will touch base with you guys in a little bit.
So we've got the pre-workout meal going down today, guys, which has the addition of 150 grams of banana and 10 grams of dark chocolate. So tremendous stuff. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm actually running a little bit lower on the salted caramel Conte core than I thought I would be. And I'm half thinking of picking up another bag, honestly, especially before I go to Ireland, because it's really, really good shit. And sometimes I find with some cream of rices, they kind of give me heartburn, but this has been absolutely beautiful so far. So I'm hoping I don't run out of it by the time it's time to peak, as I might do. But look, it is what it is. So we'll eat this meal now, guys, chill out for another little while, and then I will have my pump and maybe have a coffee before the gym. I've already had 2 coffees today, and I'm thinking because my energy is a little bit better today, I may potentially not need it, and I'd maybe rather not have it so I can maybe get a better quality sleep tonight. But I'll wait and see. I might eat this, go into a bit of a carb coma. I want that little bit of a kick. Chloe is already wrapped up her gym session, so she is going to go to Meadowhall Shopping Centre and pick up a couple of last minute bits, get her nails done, etc. before we head off on Thursday morning. So plan of action for tomorrow is to do my full body shave, and then the day after, on Thursday, once we get up to Glasgow, start the tanning process. I also have to do Wednesday and Thursday checking clients tomorrow. So that's going to be a hectic day. I have a lot of check-ins to do on that day. So it's going to be busy, busy, busy. But once we've got that boxed off and out of the way, I am actually going to be taking Thursday to Sunday off for work. This is something that I should have done last season that I didn't, and I kind of regretted it. I was like working the whole way through the shows, doing check-ins at like 2:30 in the morning because I was up early, doing execution clips, responding to messages, etc. And it did definitely stress me out a little bit and kind of distract me from things, because it stresses me out because once I see the messages come through, I have to reply to them. Once a client sends me a message, I'm like, I need to get back to that as soon as possible. I need to be making sure everyone's looked after, etc., etc. So like, it's not that the messages themselves stress me, it's that I feel like I just need to be getting back to people, you know? So I've kind of let everyone know, look guys, I'm going to be taking a couple of days off just so I can lock in, I can focus, I can keep my stress low. And they've all been super, super supportive about it. So any of my clients who are watching this, thank you very much. I appreciate you. We'll be back to business on Monday. And yeah, so without further ado, guys, get this cream of rice into me and I'll catch up with you in the gym.
Yes, guys, how are we? So we have landed in the gym for pull 2 with no biceps. So starting off today's session, we're going to go with the Cybex Eagle single arm row for the lats. So in the last session, I actually subbed my NutriGrip cable row out for this because of the slight little issue that I'm having with my lower back and the sciatica and my left glute, which still isn't fully there. So again, just erring on the side of caution, guys, for these final couple of days and weeks, and making sure that I do everything I need to do to stay injury free. So keeping this in is going to be a top priority. You're all right, bud? Sorry, so keeping movements in that are going to be super safe for me, that I can still get a lot out of, is going to be top priority. So absolutely love this piece. Forgot how good it was, especially when done first in the session. Just lights up the lower lats. So guys, if you have the Cybex Eagle in your gym, honestly, make sure you're making good use of it, because I find that lower portion of the lats is definitely one of the hardest areas to target and hardest areas to grow. I know for me, I've got zero fucking lower lats. A lot of that is genetic and insurgence, etc. But I still do think over time with training that effectively, I still can bring up that area and take it up that area a little bit more. And that's going to be a huge, huge priority for me in this next off season. So we're going to get stuck in, guys. Again, I'm going to take the same approach today as I did yesterday. Not logbook, not chit chat during the session. Just record these clips, throw them together for you guys with a little bit of music, and give you something quick and easy to watch.
Yes, guys, coming back at you with a little voiceover. So we haven't done one of these in a while, but I just thought I would overlay today's workout footage with a little bit of a topic that we can talk about, and hopefully I'll be able to provide you with some value yet again. So how do you manage a successful prep, or how do you make sure your prep is managed successfully, I should say? In my opinion, I'm really of the belief that your prep starting position and starting a little bit leaner is absolutely key, based off what I've seen this year versus my previous prep. So in my previous prep, from start to finish, from high to low, I dropped 21.75 kg of body fat. In this prep, from my high to my low, from when I first started prep to what my lowest low was, I think I dropped like 13 kg, maybe 13 and a bit. So a drastic difference there, like literally about 20 pounds in the difference. And as a result, right, I've been able to maintain my training performance and therefore the look to my physique so much more effectively. So not getting too out of hand and too sloppy in my off season, having too many off plan meals, pushing my body weight up too quickly, etc., etc. That led to me being the leanest I'd ever been when I started prep at the end of an off season. Right, my body composition was pretty decent. Even when I came off cycle and I was on cruise, I didn't soften up and look like a marshmallow. I still had abs. I still looked pretty decent. I had separation in my legs, etc., etc. And up until the point when I got sick, I had to go to the hospital. My average rate of loss was 0.65 kg a week, so just over 1.5 pounds, which honestly is probably the lowest rate of loss I've had in a dieting phase ever, especially since I've been bodybuilding. And initially I was kind of like, oh, this is like moving so slow. And even there was periods of 4 weeks, 5 weeks straight where I was within the same weight. I was like 105 kg for like 4 or 5 weeks straight. I was like, between 102 and 103 for like 4 or 5 weeks straight. But I was getting better and better, and I was getting leaner, but just very slowly. And I think if you take this approach, you need to be extremely patient, right? Because when you're on prep, you want to push, push, push. You want to see those changes. You want to get as lean as you possibly can. But it's not a dieting contest, guys, okay? Like bodybuilding is not a dieting contest. It's not how much body fat can we pull off and how quickly can we do it. It's about how much muscle tissue can we hold whilst getting as lean as we possibly can, given the level of muscularity that we have right now. And I gained a lot of tissue in my off season, a lot more than I actually thought I originally did. But I'm very confident in saying that this prep round, I have protected every single ounce of that. Whereas I do think I lost out a little bit the last time. And that was because we just had to push too hard for too long, pretty much. My rate of loss was just too extreme. It's probably over a kilo every single week of prep, right? And look, you're going to have weeks on prep where the body weight moves a little bit quicker, and you're going to have weeks on prep where it moves a little bit slower. There was some weeks where I dropped over a kilo, but then there was other weeks where I didn't drop anything at all, and I held. And I was able to train extremely effectively because of that, up until the point I got sick. Now, after I got sick, I lost about 2 weeks of prep, and we had to push a little bit harder. And my average rate of loss over those 2 weeks was 1.2 kg and 1.3 kg. And just before we started this load, that was when my physique kind of started to fade. It started to flatten off, and I started to not like what I looked, basically. Now, getting flat to get lean is all a part of prep. But if you stay so flat and so depleted for so long, in my opinion, I think you are going to be eaten into muscle tissue. So having a correct timeline for prep is super important. It's not just about starting lean, but it's about having the correct timeline. If you're not super lean when you start, your timeline arguably needs to be longer. So you have time along the way to do diet breaks, to do refeeds, to have high days, so that you can push and you can pull and you can push and you can pull. Because that's what bodybuilding is. It's a push and it's a pull. If you are trying to hold on to muscle tissue. Because if you're constantly pushing, you will run yourself into the ground. Your training performance will drop off a ton. If that happens, you're going to be eating into the muscle tissue. I've been there. I've done it. Okay? I've worn that fucking t-shirt and I didn't like it. Okay? It didn't fit very well. Whereas now, this prep, it's been a completely different
kettle of fish. And even when we started this prep, right, I wanted to do a 16-week prep. Kuba wouldn't let me. Then I wanted to do an 18-week prep. No, he wouldn't let me. He said 20 weeks. And I was like, fuck, I don't need 20 weeks. I'm lean, blah, 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 blah. Let's just push. Here we go. Even at times along during the prep, I was like, I could be pushing a little bit harder. My rate of loss could be a little bit better. Let me just get lean. But now I see and I understand. Okay? Now I get it and now it's clicked with me. Why? Because I've actually done it. And this is the key thing about bodybuilding as well, guys. Until you've done something, you can't really comment on it. Okay? And there's massive debate out there on what the best way of doing things are. And different things work for different people, etc., etc. But in my opinion, there is easier or more effective ways to do things. It's like the guys who say, oh yeah, you got to eat big to get big. You know, you got to get sloppy in your off season if you want to gain tissue, blah, 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 blah. I've gained like 8-9 kg of stage weight and I stayed very lean nearly my entire off season. Okay? I stayed lean, I stayed fit, I stayed insulin sensitive, it kept my sleep good, it kept my mood and my mindset good, and that's what ultimately led to my training performance. If you get too fat, you're insulin resistant, you're really sluggish, it affects your sleep. It's just a cascade of like negative effects, right? So it's just kind of food for thought, guys, right? I've tried the approach where I push up, I get sloppier, etc. I've tried the approach where I'm much more patient and much more slower. And I've seen firsthand for myself what has worked better for me, okay? And I've also done a rushed prep, or more rushed prep, and I've also done a nice slow and controlled prep. And I think you can all agree I look a hell of a lot better this year than I did the last season. So guys, I'm running out of time. I'm going to wrap this clip up here. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that was food for thought. Peace out. All right, guys, pull the volume wrapped up. So I'm going to go into the urinals. I'm going to throw on my posing trunks and I'm going to do a couple of rounds of posing because it is still pretty early. It is 20 past 1. Normally I get back from the gym and have my post-workout meal at like 2:30 to 3 o'clock-ish. So I don't really want to be rushing home today to get my post-workout meal in, because if I get it in super early, the time between meal 4 and meal 5 is going to drag, and the time between meal 5 and meal 6 is going to drag even more. And I don't have those oats for satiety this evening. I literally just have cream of rice. So yeah, we'll kill a little bit of time, take a couple of pictures, just one round of posing as I've been instructed by Kuba. So we'll get one for the camera and maybe get one for the Instagram as well on the phone. So catch you in a bit. Yes guys, all right, so this is the best angle I can get for you. The hat is going to stay on for the posing clip because I've got my mic on it, so if I need to say anything noteworthy, then I can do so.
It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood, get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. It's understood. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part, wake up and I do my job just how I should. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood, get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. It's understood. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part, wake up and I do my job just how I should. It was never versus you. I feel it all, I'm feeling numb, I lost my soul, it's on the run. I need a spark, I need some fun, I'm in the dark, like what's to come. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood, get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. It's understood. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part, wake up and I do my job just how I should. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood, get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. It's understood. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part, wake up and I do my job just how I should. It was never versus you.
See you there, guys. All right, my people, that is pull wrapped up. Very good session. Very happy with how the pump was, how it was feeling, etc., etc. Had another round of posing afterwards with Kuba, which was recorded for his YouTube channel. So go and check that one out whenever it's out. Normally his YouTube videos get posted out 10 weeks after he records them, so you might not see it until after I'm on stage. But anyway, yeah, just had a good bit of time there chatting with Kuba about everything, and Mark and Meg and everything else like that. So I am happy with where I'm at. Kuba is happy with where I'm at. He was actually saying as well that between shows, he doesn't actually think that we are going to push for an extra 2 weeks of fat loss. You know, we'll probably just try and hold where I'm at. And I'm kind of super glad that he said that, because I think he knows from me now that, like, if we try and push and like chase, let's say, extra lines in the glutes, right? And I have to push down again and I lose some of the pop and the fullness in like my upper body and everywhere else along those lines, it's just not worth the trade-off, right? Like that's just the way my physique is. It's like, yeah, my lower back could be a little bit leaner, my glutes could be a little bit leaner, but I think like we pushed for that last year, and then I just lost all the good attributes to my physique, right? So if I am a little bit softer but fuller, like I just look night and day fucking different. Even after 2 days of loading here, guys, like it's just, the difference is crazy. And Kuba said I'm still not full yet. We have another ways to go, which is good. So looking forward to seeing how the rest of the week kind of progresses, but we'll take you along for the ride, guys. And Kuba's actually thinking about going up to Scotland. He's got Ryan Gabaloni competing there as well. And the two of us are both long-term clients of Kuba. I think Ryan is like Kuba's longest standing client. He's been with him for like 6 years. I've been with him for like 4.5 years. So, you know, we've got a pretty good relationship with him, and we're going to be competing against each other in the same class. So he's thinking about going up. He's thinking about going up. I hope he does. And Meg is going to be at the Muscle Contest Ireland show, which is great. So I'm super happy that she's going to be there, because obviously she'll be another set of eyes for Kuba, right? So yeah, that's the story, guys. That's the story. But any other changes that are made, I'll let you know. I had a lot of like different conversations there with Kuba about different things, and look, my head is a little bit fried now. I need to get home and I need to eat. If I kind of recall any of the other things he mentioned, what he said, how he thinks the rest of prep is going to run, if it pops back into my brain, I'll make sure to update it on the vlog. But for now, guys, we get home, get the post-workout meal in, and we'll catch you in a little bit. All right, guys, I've just wrapped up the edit for today's vlog, and I'm gonna leave this here because it's already like 23 minutes long, and I'm conscious of not making these vlogs too long, every single one of them, just so people don't get absolutely fed up of watching me and I'm plugging out, you know, 30-40 minute vlogs every single day, because, you know, ain't nobody got time for that. People are going to get sick to shit of it. But if you have made it this far, then I really appreciate you. And honestly, guys, I've been getting mad support on these daily vlogs. Tons of messages on Instagram, lots of people reaching out. So it really fucking goes a long way. Honestly, it really does. You know, I'm putting in the effort to document the process and bang these out, because I would like to see other people do this. You know, there's a lot of bodybuilders that I look up to and I kind of aspire to be like, and I would love to actually see them putting out this sort of content. So like I always say in this channel, I always make the sort of content that I want to see personally myself. And look, I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm putting this out because a load of people aspire to be like me. That's not it at all. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just trying to give as much of a fucking insight as to my process as I possibly can, because I just love this shit. I love all the ins and outs. I hope people kind of appreciate, you know, watching it and following along and just kind of seeing what my process and my journey is. And, you know, I documented my whole entire last prep. I'm going to document this whole entire prep. I'm going to document the whole entire next prep. And I'm just going to keep it rolling, because it's going to be nice for me to actually look back on in years to come. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to drop a comment down below if you have made it this far. And we'll catch up with you for the updates in the morning. Tomorrow is going to be a chill enough day, hopefully, on like the body in terms of like training and output and stuff like that. It's going to be pretty hectic in terms of work. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get a decent amount of footage recorded. And then Thursday, things are going to kick off and get a little bit more exciting, because we do have the drive up to Glasgow on that day, and a couple of other bits that we're going to be doing. So that's going to be a very, very busy vlog, I must say. And then all of a sudden, before we know it, guys, it's fucking showtime. So thank you very much, guys. We will catch you tomorrow morning. Peace out.